There have been more than 80,000 reports of strange objects in the sky since 1947, according to the National UFO Reporting Center online database. It's very much possible that, for a short period of time, intelligent extraterrestrial beings were able to visit Earth and made contact with humans in antiquity and prehistoric times, and this extraterrestrial life was interfering with humanity. Now, have you ever considered of an alien abduction written in the Bible? Yes, it is there. If we believe the lines in the Bible in Genesis 6, fallen angels, called sons of God, were taking women, called daughters of men, for sexual relationships. It was a kind of abduction of humans by fallen angels. And in the past few decades, we have come across many incidents of alien abductions, also called abduction phenomenon, or UFO abduction, refers to the phenomenon of people reporting the experience of being kidnapped by an unusual figure, subjected to physical and psychological experimentation. So there is a clear resemblance between the two incidents. Can these extraterrestrial beings be fallen angels? And why not? According to the Bible, the angels had a human likeness, and they know more than we do, and based on their ability to observe without material limitations, they are able to accomplish more than humans. The Bible describes angelic beings as having great power, strength, and knowledge. Welcome to Mystery TV 9. While the United States officially denied investigating unidentified flying objects until 2017, some nations had always been ahead in their approach to the subject. Leading the world in unidentified flying object research is the South American country of Chile.
The city of San Clemente is considered to be the unofficial UFO capital of the world. According to the researchers working here, UFO sightings average nearly one every week, so much so that the Chilean Tourism Board has established an official 30-kilometer-long UFO trail here in 2008. The trail takes travelers through the scenic Andes Mountains, covering the various sites where close encounters have been reported. The area is home to the Coleman Lake, which has a high mineral content, apparently without any source. The trail's standout site is the Ellen Ladry Lotto, a huge and bizarre flat area formed by 200 perfectly cut volcanic blocks that are believed to be laid by ancient civilizations. However, conspiracy theorists and researchers believe it's a landing pad for extraterrestrials.
In 1997, the Chilean government officially instructed air traffic control and military personnel to create the Committee for the Study of Anomalous Aerial Phenomena. The committee studies all reports of unidentified flying objects, activity by commercial, military, and civilian pilots. Early on the afternoon of November 14, 2014, a Chilean Navy pilot and a technician were flying their helicopter along the coast when they saw something strange. They were going north at an altitude of 1.4 kilometers in a twin-engine Airbus Cougar when something appeared in the sky and matched their velocity of 130 knots. As part of the flight, which took place west of Santiago, the helicopter's technician was testing the thermal imaging properties of an infrared high-definition camera. Naturally, he turned the camera on the unidentified object. After several minutes, the pilot and technician observed the object make two distinct discharges of some type of liquid or gas, which produced a very hot signal captured by the infrared imager. The technician captured nearly 10 minutes of video, which shows both visible and infrared camera views. After this sighting, the Navy turned the video over to the Committee for the Study of Anomalous Aerial Phenomena, known as CEFFA. This is the Chilean government group that investigates UFO sightings, or unidentified aerial phenomenon. After a study by scientists, military officials, and even some photo analysis experts from France, the committee released its conclusion. The Committee for the Study of Anomalous Aerial Phenomena, comprised of leading scientists, analysts, and aviation technicians, after an extensive study of the case, determined that it was an unidentified aerial phenomenon, the agency stated in a news release. A U.S.-based journalist who investigates UFOs, Leslie Keene, has interviewed some of the principals and had access to the case files. She provided more details about the incident in a report for the Huffington Post, which she characterized as a groundbreaking UFO video. The infrared video is intriguing, according to Keene. The significance of this sighting is that it was made by credible Navy officers, lasted nearly 10 minutes, and involved observation in both the visible and infrared portions of the spectrum. While this falls far short of providing any evidence of aliens, it nonetheless is well documented and worthy of additional consideration, if only because the explanation might reveal some kind of new military stealth technology. Now question arises, why the government of Chile openly and officially acknowledges their involvement in UAPs? Do they consider themselves the descendants of extraterrestrial beings?
One of the reasons why the South American countries are open to the question of extraterrestrial investigation is because it's a part of their heritage culture. In fact, Peru and Bolivia are treasure troves for the extraterrestrial investigations. The whole pre-Inca culture speaks about the beings of light that descended from the sky.
Many consider geoglyphs in Chile, Peru, and Bolivia are the signs of some extraterrestrial life. It also compels us to think, who were behind these geoglyphs, to whom they were trying to communicate with, or were they influenced by some extraterrestrial beings? When the now legendary Nazca Lines of Peru were first discovered in 1927, they were considered a unique phenomenon. But now, with the benefit of satellite imagery, thousands of ancient geoglyphs are being found in South America and all over the world. In Kazakhstan, in the southwestern United States, in the Atacama Desert of Chile, and in Bolivia, almost everywhere around the world, we find what are known as geoglyphs, whether they be the Nazca Lines in Peru, British geoglyphs. To those in the Middle East, there's something that are virtually universal around the world, and they have been appearing for many hundreds of years. But why would ancient people in so many different locations around the world all be making signs that can only be seen from above? The most important thing is the amount of time and effort that went into building them. They're not quick sketches. There are many of them whole community projects. But could there be another, even more incredible explanation? Is it possible that these ancient geoglyphs were created not for terrestrial purpose, but for an extraterrestrial one? Further clues can be found by examining similar shapes and symbols that occur on a much smaller scale geoglyphs, gigantic-sized versions of what we know as petroglyphs. The most obvious being the rock art that we see on surfaces of stone rock around the world that date back many thousands of years. Petroglyphs are images carved into stone, so incised or hammered away. They occur all over the world, from Australia up through Asia, Europe, Africa, through the Americas. Perhaps more intriguing than the petroglyphs themselves are the eerie similarities between them and their geoglyphic siblings. We see certain symbols recurring again and again. There are many geometric forms. These take the form of spirals, of concentric rings, and other more rectilinear or abstract designs. There's something that are virtually universal around the world. One of the most interesting geoglyphs that you have at Nazca is the Sun-Star Cross geoglyph, which is really a very complicated, huge geoglyph of interconnected stars and triangles, and something we see all over the world, and also into India known as mandalas and even yantras. So things like this that are so geometrically complicated and are found all over the world indicates that there was some kind of worldwide symbolic language that was given by a higher intelligence, probably extraterrestrials.
Atacama Desert, Chile, November 1st. In Chile's dry Atacama Desert, stargazers are scanning the clear night skies to detect the existence of life on other planets. Central to the race to peer into distant worlds is the giant Magellan Telescope, a $1.8 billion complex machine being built at the Las Campanas Observatory and which will have a resolution 10 times higher than the Hubble Space Telescope. The telescope expected to begin operation by the end of the decade. This new generation of giant telescope is aimed precisely at detecting life on other planets and to determine the origin of dark energy, said Leopoldo Infant, director at the Las Campanas Observatory. Infant said the new giant telescope would be able to detect organic molecules in the atmosphere of distant planets. That is the expectation, he said. And whoever detects life on another planet will win the Nobel Prize. It is true that not everything that is perceived in the sky is a spaceship. Many strange things are seen, but 99% of the sightings have an explanation. Satellites, meteorological phenomena, or human artifacts. However, there is a percentage that scientists cannot explain. But extraterrestrial sightings in Chile and its past, which is so mysterious, makes us think, are we really alone in this universe? Visit Chile and check yourself if these destinations really are a magnet to have encounters of the third type.